Yo, what's up guys? This is Dylan Alvarez with Light Up. Welcome back to another video. If you haven't already, drop a like on the video if you enjoy it and subscribe. Comment down below what other kind of tips and trick videos you want to see, or tell me I'm completely wrong. I'm fine and I'm kind of used to this. So today I'm being a Daniel Schiffer wannabe and teaching you how to make handheld B-roll. I'm using a wine board charcuterie style video as an example, but really you can apply these tips and tricks to a variety of videos, whether you're dealing with like beer, whether you're dealing with other types of food or even product videos. You can use these tips to really bring a lot of dynamic life into whatever you're making. I'm also not that good at talking, so I apologize. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I kinda am using a cheat code with the Sony A7S3 when I'm using making these epic B-roll style videos, but in all reality, it's really the go-to because of the active stabilization inside of it and because of the reliable autofocus that it has, which kind of brings me to tip number one, which is don't be afraid to get bold and go handheld. It's really, to me, hard to shoot an epic B-roll style video with a gimbal. To me, you really gotta get inside of whatever subject you're shooting. For example, you'll kind of see me, I was really getting close to the board, close to the meats and close to all the foods they were using for the board. So you really can't be afraid to get handheld and get close to your subjects and be moving a lot. One of the things that I like to do most is use the objects around me or use the world as my tripod. So I'll put my thumb, for example, or I'll put my finger, use my pinky as the guide and scroll along the table to get a panning motion. You can also do the same thing by putting your elbow on a table or even using your chest as a sort of stabilizer, because this is gonna allow you to still get those smooth sweeping shots while keeping them stable, which is gonna overall just make your production quality look that much greater. The last thing you want is a shaky shot. So whatever your camera you're using, I suggest using the stabilization inside of it. I don't know what kind you're using, but again, for Sony users, I'm using the Sony A7S3, and I love using the active stabilization inside of it. I also suggest, as you're growing in your filmmaking career, to invest in lenses that have stabilization built inside of them. For example, we used two G-Master lenses. On this one, we used the 24mm 1.4, and we used the 50mm 1.2. Both of them have amazing stabilization and great autofocus features. So that's the lenses I used. Affiliate links will be down in the description below for those. Number two, use seamless transitions. For me, people make fun of me a lot because when I'm filming, I'm always like I'm like swinging a sword or something, and I did want to be a samurai growing up, so this does definitely make sense. But for me, whenever I'm filming, I always go crazy with the motions, and that's because I like to connect. So it's always cool to connect these shots. So if I'm going to the left, I'm gonna start the next shot at the left and just connect the two. This is one of the earliest principles I learned in filmmaking before I even got a nice camera, back when I was just using an M50 and I didn't even know how to set aperture and ISO settings. I was doing these sweeping motions because I just thought it looked really cool. So if I'm going up, I'm gonna start the next shot going up. If I'm going right, I'm gonna start the next shot going right. And it just creates a very sweeping motion, and the transitions are very dynamic. Number three is don't forget your fundamentals. One of the most important parts of this shoot that I'm showing you was lighting. Because we were shooting in S-Log3, we had to make sure that our lighting was on point. So we overexposed between 1 and 2 stops for every single scene. You're also seeing a lot of macro shots here. The key to that, and also the key to the probe lens shot that you're seeing here, is lighting. Not only did we use an aperture 300D, but we also used these little ones right here, these little lights. Now, the reason I'm shouting these out is that these are super clutch, because when you're on the go and shooting something like a wine board, you need to have a lot of lighting either on the sides or on top of it. And so using the principles that we know with key lighting on top of hair lighting, we apply that to subjects like the wine board to bring life to them. And then when we go into post, we can color grade them with whatever style we wanted. For them, they're more of a rustic brand, so we used more of a dulled down rustic approach while still bringing out the colors inside of them. So step number three is don't forget your fundamentals with lighting. Definitely set your ISO to the proper setting. Like if you're shooting in a color profile like S-Log, overexposed but still trying to keep it at the native ISO. Like for ours, it was 640. So we're always trying to stay within that 300 to 800 range. Going over, it's okay, but again, try to light appropriately so that you have a great image in the end. So just to recap, guys, you still want to have stable shots. Don't forget to move and create seamless transitions, and then don't forget your fundamentals with lighting. Those are the top 3 tips I would use with handheld B-roll, like epic B-roll. If you want to see an editing breakdown on how I made this video, let me know down in the comments below, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Light Up, and I don't really have an outro for this, so peace out! Light up transition, go!